I'm filming with my spectacles right now. Just attached it on a gimbal. And this is how my weird gear looks like. Interesting, isn't it? Hey guys, it's time to shoot with my spectacles again. But the circular format is just unacceptable. That's why I want to have my spectacles video to look like a GoPro clip. Is that possible? It is. Hey, I'm Michael, I'm from Bavaria, Germany, and in this video I'm gonna do professional compositing on my iPhone. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect that scenery. Having my orange juice. This is what I usually do after a long working day. Isn't that fantastic?
I mentioned it in one of my previous videos before. There is a widescreen export option, but it's just 4:3, not 16:9, and it cuts lots of visual information. And when you scale it up to fit full HD, your video is even more cropped and video quality gets even worse. My method I'm gonna show you maybe takes a little more effort, but it mostly preserves quality and visual information. So here's my approach. GoPro has the Superview mode. It's nothing different than dynamically stretching a 4:3 video to fit the 16:9 format. But can it be done with Snapchat's circular format too? Absolutely, but it requires some compositing treatment. Compositing is like photoshopping, but in this case it's video, not a still image. There is a very powerful iPhone app called Bricolage that I'm gonna use here, where I'm able to do complex compositing based on nodes. And this workflow reminds of the Nuke Software, which is used by Hollywood FX studios. So how do we get the Superview mode for the spectacles clip? Before we dive into Bricolage, let's do some simple preparations in an editing app first. My favorite app is Carve for simple editing. So import your spectacles video into your timeline. All you have to bother for now is that it's embedded in the HD format, has its original length, and your audio track is switched on. Then render it into your photo album. So when we dive into Bricolage and tap on the folder icon in the upper left corner, select Make Video Project, and I will name it, let's say, Spectacles Superview. Tap Accept and then All Photos, where we select the clip we prepared before. And because there is no need to change the in and out point, we tap Accept again. On the top bar, you have 4 different view modes. And when you tap on the split view icon, which is the second from right, the screen is split into the so-called flow graph consisting of 2 nodes on the top and the final video result on the bottom. The concept of node-based compositing is very easy to understand. Think of water flowing through a pipeline. In this case, the first node represents the video input and the second node the final result. And because there is no, I say, obstacle in between, we don't see any change here. But later, we're gonna disturb the flow by putting in some filters that will change the consistency of the water if we stay in this analogy. What I'm gonna do first is tap on the Nodes tab on the left and choose Color Controls in the Basic Color category. The Controls panel opens up on the right, and with a slider we'll put the brightness up to 1. I'm gonna tap into the screen again to close the Controls tab. Now I'm gonna pinch to zoom in with my 2 fingers, and when I tap and hold on the Color Controls node, you will see the 2 options Duplicate node and Delete node, as well as the image input port and the output port. Then I tap and move the node to the video input node, and when I overlap the 2 ports, a link between them is created. The same goes for the video output node, and voila! Our final result for the time being is a white screen because we increased the brightness value in the Color Controls node to the maximum before. This will serve as our white background. One thing before we go on. The reason why I prepared the spectacles clip in an editing app is that the initial video imported into a new Bricolage project defines the format and the audio track of the final result. So if we imported our spectacles video with its original format, the final output would be squared and you can't change that anymore. What I'm gonna do now is go into the node list again, select a video input node from the input sources category, and select the unedited spectacles clip. This will create a new node. What I intend to do now is to layer the original clip over the white background we created before. I'm gonna go into node list and select source over in the compositing category. Now we connect the nodes to each other just like this. As we want to put our original spectacles clip over the white background, the second video input has to be linked into the top port. And when we have a closer look at the flow graph, it looks like two river branches joining together. Now I want another node between our original spectacles clip and the source over node. And the easiest way to do this is to tap and hold on the link and select Add Node. Then I select Stretch Crop in the Transform Operations category and the node is automatically added into the link. By the way, you can press the info icon to get some information about what this node accomplishes. With the Stretch Crop node selected, I'm gonna open the Controls tab and tap on the Edit Position button, which opens a little box on the top. I move the red cross to the very upper right corner to stretch the original spectacles video to fit the screen width. Then I slide the center stretch amount to 0 so that the center part of the image stays undistorted. I'm gonna put the crop amount to 0 as well. The last thing we need to do is to fill the remaining white gaps. Therefore, we hold and tap on the link between source over and video output, choose Add Node, and look for a lens distortion in the Transform Operations category. In the Controls panel, we put down the R² amount until no white background remains. Please don't ask me what R² means. I googled it and it has something to do with statistics or whatsoever. Anyhow, if you find the distortions at the borders too strong, you can put down the constant offset value a little bit to zoom in and increase the R² amount. Of course, it depends on the footage and your taste what's the right ratio between these two values. And when you're happy with the result, you can tap the Export Share icon, choose Full HD, then you select the file format, MP4 movie should be suitable for most cases, hit share to render the clip, and save video. You'll find your final clip in your photo album. Now let's see the final result.
This is a side-by-side comparison with my GoPro Hero 7 Black and the Snapchat spectacles.
Let's compare it to the original spectacles video.
This is a side-by-side comparison with my GoPro Hero 7 Black and the Snapchat spectacles.
And now compare it to the GoPro clip.
This is a side-by-side comparison with my GoPro Hero 7 Black and the Snapchat spectacles.
Here you can see all of them side by side.
This is a side-by-side comparison with my GoPro Hero 7 Black and the Snapchat spectacles.
Here's one last thing. You don't want to do all these procedures all over again when you have to composite a bunch of spectacles videos. By tapping on the pencil icon, you can save your flow graph for later use. So the next time you will convert your spectacles video again, you just load the flow graph and reconnect the nodes. By the way, not every spectacles footage is suitable for this method. If your motive is not exactly in the center of the image, things will get weird.
Of course, there is a more comfortable way on professional tools like Premiere Pro or After Effects. especially when you want to have more control about how much of your video you want to have undistorted, even with motives that are not exactly in the center. But this is what I'm going to show you in another tutorial. I hope you liked my tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please like my video and hit the subscribe button. See you next time!